Am I the asshole for calling my daughter's father spineless and his girlfriend creepy over their name choice for their daughter? Okay. Hmm. A little bit of context for you all. I ended up falling pregnant with my 10-year-old daughter during a drunken hookup with a friend in my mid 20s. Not the most glamorous or flattering truth, but it's the truth all the same. When we found out, we decided to keep the child and co parent while remaining friends. We were never a couple, and we didn't want to be one either. 4 years ago, he began to date this long term girlfriend, and they moved in together last year. She fell pregnant, and I've been supportive to them both as much as I could be without crossing any lines. I've encouraged my daughter to help out whenever she's staying with them during the pregnancy and to behave. I've also made it clear that I want the children to have a close relationship despite having different mothers. That's reasonable. I've even said that if they were comfortable with it on nights, I have my daughter. If they ever want time alone, I'll babysit once they have the baby so my daughter can spend time with her sibling. Okay. Aside from the opening topic, so far it seems reasonable. The topic sentence, I've got some questions about it in terms of, did you call him spineless and the girlfriend creepy in front of the daughter? Hmm, that's important to me. But let's find out. All in all, I thought everything was great and I was excited for my daughter to have a sibling, as she's always wanted one, but I had no interest in having another child. 3 days ago, my friend and his girlfriend had a daughter. They asked me to bring my daughter to the hospital to meet her little sister yesterday alongside others of the family. So I did exactly that, but when they introduced us to the baby, I was shocked. They used the name used they named used my daughter's name. So they used my daughter's name. Okay. She didn't seem to have any issue with this when she introduced the baby, bold as brass. My friends seemed uncomfortable and wouldn't look at me directly. I asked them what they were playing at which point my friend's father said he'd taken my daughter down to the cafeteria to go to get something to eat and left with her. My friend told me to calm down and not overreact, while his girlfriend told me she didn't see the issue and it was a pretty name. I asked them if they named the baby for my daughter, trying to understand the logic here, but his girlfriend said that no, it was just a pretty name she liked. I then asked if they planned to use a nickname or a middle name when addressing her on a daily basis, and her response was that they didn't see the need for that. So, if I'm getting this right, your friend who you're co-parenting with and his girlfriend, they had a daughter, and they named the daughter the same name as the other child that you and your friend already have together. That is a bit odd. I told them they were ridiculous and that they couldn't do this. I then told his girlfriend that I found this frankly creepy and told my friend he was being spineless if he was happy to go along with this. He tried to claim our daughter could use a nickname or something. Why should she use the nickname? She's the older one. But I shut that down immediately, asking why it was more reasonable for a girl who has used that name for a decade to shame her name compared to a baby who had no concept of what a name was yet. His girlfriend told me I was being a bitch talking to her like that after she just gave birth and asked the nurses to remove me, saying I was being disruptive. Maybe my temper is running a little too hot, though, and I was too harsh on her when she just gave birth. It's just so effing weird. I'd also like to state, I know that what they want to name their child is their choice. They could have called her Dinosaur for all I care, but this is one name that should be off limits or adjusted. They even have the same surname as they have the same father. Something about it just felt malicious and deliberate, as if she's trying to replace my daughter for them both to spring it on us like that, and for them both to spring it on us like that at the first meeting. No, that was weird. I'm on the same page as you, as the original poster. It is weird. I mean, how much confusion is that going to cause later? I mean, it may not be as confusing as I think it will be, but I imagine there's going to be some degree of confusion at some point by having the exact same names for two children within the same family. And then if you look at something like, what is it, Ancestry.com, in the future, 100 years later, when people are trying to do their ancestry trees, I wonder what's going to happen there. There's going to be some confusion in some of the articles. If any of you use Ancestry.com, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I have to agree. I think it is a bit odd. I think it's a bit weird. I don't think you're an asshole. I think maybe at that point when she just had the baby, it just popped out. Not the time and the place. Maybe could wait a little bit to have a conversation with them in a calm manner. Again, communication, always key. But I'm going to say not the asshole. I think it is a ridiculous choice that they made. I think the husband should have better sense than that, and I would have to agree with your synopsis that it seems like it's malicious. It seems like not the husband, the baby's father is not standing up to his girlfriend, who seems to want to maybe nudge you and your daughter out of the picture. So I would lean towards it also feels a bit malicious to me. Yeah? So let's scroll down and see what the commenters say. NTA, from the outside, it sure reads like she wants to replace her partner's affection for his first daughter with his new baby. It's creepy. Suggestion the 10-year-old should use nickname, the audacity. Not the asshole. They hid this for a reason. Great point. Didn't pick up on that. He was embarrassed for a reason, so he knows it's wrong. He knows it's not a good thing. The first and last name is going to cause both these girls a lifetime of issues, especially with the same father. I usually would have a bit more sympathy for a woman who just gave birth, but she seemed deliberately cold and cruel towards your daughter, her stepdaughter, to have done this. In the country where I grew up, in the country where I grew up, there was actually something akin to a legal provision that prevented people from giving siblings the same first names, and recommended caution when it came to situations like same first names for cousins or relatives who also had the same last name. It's super strange that your daughter's half-sister's mother wouldn't think about the administrative ramifications or even possible bullying at school if the kids go together. Well, that's doubtful. I wouldn't be worried about that aspect just because the first daughter is 10. So by the time the other kid goes to school, she's going to be in kindergarten and the other daughter's going to be in high school, so there's not going to be a lot of crossover there, right? But yeah, not the asshole. I mean, it is very odd. And again, agree with your synopsis. It seems like the new woman is trying to push you and your daughter out of the picture, which makes her the asshole. What do you guys think? How would you feel if this happened to you? Leave your opinions in the comments below. Let me know. I'm interested in seeing your perspective. And have a great day. See you guys next time.